Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Wednesday, and it is time for our midweek message. I just wanted to check in with you, see how your week was going. It is week 7, and that is hard for me to believe because I guess I only have one more midweek message with you until this course is over. I just wanted to reach out to you and see how your week was going. I know that you can't share that with me right now, but I wanted to let you know that I'm thinking about you. And if you would love to share with me how your week's going, I would love to have that in an email. Just know that I'm here thinking about you and just wondering how you're doing. I posed to you in the announcement on Monday that I would be thinking about the word patience and how that applies to me. And I wanted you to kind of think about the same thing as we approached the middle of the week. I wanted you to think about what it means to be a patient person. I think we all know what it means to have patience or not. But how do you think about that in your spiritual walk? And I don't know about you, but these virtues, I have them on my phone, and sometimes I just scroll through them. I know that when we post them, I see the picture and I think about what that picture means to me, what the word itself means to me, and then the assessment statements. I have to focus on those. I can't always take that in at the same time. So I come back to these and look at these assessment statements and see what they mean. I'm strong when I'm patient on the Lord. I think that's probably the one I struggle with the most. But let's talk about what it means to have patience. So in this earth that we live in, the things that we see on a day-to-day basis. Sorry about the lighting. It's been very stormy and rainy here today, so the natural lighting is not that great, so I have to provide some artificial light so you'll be able to see me. But today, when I arrived to campus, everything was just a buzz. Steph Curry, or Stephen Curry, NBA basketball star, was on campus for convocation today. And convocation is open to the public. I love to go over to convocation, but today was not one of those days. And I think it's because I didn't have patience to stand in the line. If you could have been there, you would have seen what looked like to be a mile-long line to wait to get inside to see this person. I don't know that much about him. I love basketball, but I love, honestly, I watch our Liberty basketball teams. I don't watch much with regards to NBA or professional teams. So I knew that he was going to bring about a lot of people, a lot of guests and visitors, a lot of excitement. So as I drove onto campus today, I saw everyone waiting in line for him. And I was thinking to myself, look how patient they are being as they wait to get in line to see an NBA superstar. They're just standing there. This was hours before the event. They're just standing there and they're just waiting. And I thought to myself, how often do we wait patiently on the Lord until he decides, until he comes to speak to us, until he comes out on that stage and says, this is what I have planned for you next? Do we wait patiently, or do we try to cut the line? Do we cut corners? Do we try to get a step ahead of him? Have you ever done that before, by the way? Have you ever said, I'm going to pray about this, and then decide all of a sudden, I know I need to do this. I'm just going to do it. I know I have. And it has never ended well. I guess the example I could give you is receiving an email that's potentially inflammatory, meaning that it either hurt you or upsets you or something you disagree with. I have learned the hard way to not respond immediately to that email. Instead, to be patient and wait. And so a good practice that I've started is that when I get an email from someone that maybe, we'll just say, potentially inflammatory, I take it to the Lord, and I may respond, but I do it in draft form, and then I pray over it that night, and I wait on the Lord. That is the new me. That is not the old me. The old me is to hit reply, not reply all. I am not a fan of reply all. but I hit reply. I realize you may not want me that up close. I hit reply, and then I saved it as a draft, and then I pray over it, and then if I feel I need to change the tone or change the words, then I have learned over the years that the Lord really does show me that. And so I think that's what it means to wait patiently. That's sometimes what it means to wait patiently on the Lord. But when I saw everyone lined up today, I thought they are so excited to see Steph Curry. They are waiting very, very patiently outside. One by one, IDs had to be checked before they could come in. And I thought, is that what it's going to be like when we get to see Jesus? Is that what it's going to be like when he's coming out on stage? I'm not going to want to wait in line. I'm going to want to run to him. I can't wait to meet him one day. But until then, he's not coming right now. We don't know when he's coming. It could be tomorrow. Wouldn't that be a glorious sight? But for now, we have to wait patiently on him. And that doesn't mean just waiting for the skies to open up and for the trump to sound for him to come back. That means waiting on him to direct our path. That means potential job offers. That means relationships, if you should move forward with a relationship or not. That means how you respond to one another. That means in all things being patient and waiting on him in his timing. And that is something that takes time and intentionality. It does not happen just like that. I think he's still working on me. I wasn't very patient when I pulled in today. I was griping to myself about the type of parking that I had, because if you could have seen all the media cars and cameras from all the news stations that were coming onto campus because they had to capture all of Steph Curry, I thought, now I can't park where I normally park. And then I was humbled and realized that it doesn't matter where I park. I'm here. I'm blessed with another day, and I need the exercise anyway. So I got over it. But I just say that to mean that patience is sometimes difficult in certain situations, and sometimes we want to have the foresight instead of the hindsight. We know that hindsight is always 20/20, it seems, but the Lord doesn't give us all of that foresight because he wants us to wait on him patiently, but to make wise decisions based on what the Holy Spirit does in your heart. So wait on him, take something to him, lay it at his feet. If you're struggling, if you need wisdom on a job advancement, if you have relationship questions, if you have parenting questions, take those to him and just talk to him and tell yourself, even write it down, I am going to wait patiently on the Lord until I receive some kind of direction or some kind of door opening or closing. Try to get in the habit of that and see how the Holy Spirit moves within you. I think sometimes we just live in such a fast-paced world, we're not very patient. And that just comes from the society and the fast-paced world that we live in. But that doesn't mean that we can't work on it. And so that's my challenge to you this week, is to think about, I know you're a patient person, but think about other ways that you can display patience on waiting upon the Lord. Not so much in society, like patience with, grocery lines and parking and all that, but patience with the Lord's direction. Because I think that's different. And that's where he's continuing to grow me. Maybe you're better at it than I am, but I'm the kind of person I want to see ahead, not so much behind. So he really shows me how I'm going to slow down and wait on him. And I think that's the beauty of it all. When we look at what it means to be patient, wait for the Lord, be strong, and let your heart take courage. Wait for the Lord. And so if we allow him, he will use us. He will use the Holy Spirit to show us the next step to take. Until next week, know that I love you and that I'm praying for you and that I'm really enjoying having you, and I'm going to have issues with moving you along to someone else, I think. But I know that, I don't know, our time together is precious. So I value it. Let me know if I can help you in any way. And now that I've been talking for almost 10 minutes, I will stop. But I just wanted to share that with you. Thinking about you all, and I'll look forward to talking to you soon. Bye-bye.